Happening now, a look at Jamestown's first walk-in COVID-19 vaccination clinic, plus local reaction to the George Floyd murder case.
Well, we had that snow right on schedule last night, and early this morning we'll show you the viewer pictures plus snowfall totals. Plus, is there any more of that in the future? We'll talk about it next as the News at Noon starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
A group of lawmakers tasked with leading the impeachment investigation into New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is set to meet today. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. The Assembly Judiciary Committee Chairman Charles Levine reports over 100 tips have been submitted so far, and legal experts are following up on relevant leads. In March, the Assembly moved to form the Judiciary Committee to lead an impeachment investigation into Cuomo's alleged misconduct, workplace sexual harassment, inappropriate touching, fudging nursing home death numbers, and taking shortcuts to complete the Mario Cuomo Bridge. They have also added other issues that have emerged since early March, like executive staff volunteering to write his book. Lawmakers say the committee is committed to a fair investigation that respects due process of accused and accusers alike. The committee served formal notice to the executive chamber back on March 15th, telling them not to retaliate against any potential witnesses. Well, Chautauqua County's first walk-in COVID-19 vaccination clinic opened yesterday, and as WNY News Now's Claire Galt reports, the local health officials are hoping the new availability will contribute to an increased number of those getting vaccinated.
So far, about 40% of county residents have received a vaccine. But lately, new COVID-19 infections have been rising, putting the local health department on alert.
But we still have a ways to go. That still leaves a lot of people out there who are not fully vaccinated. If they're not fully vaccinated, that means that they are susceptible to the virus.
Chautauqua County Health Director Christine Schuyler says there has been an increase in COVID-19 cases following the Easter holiday as well as spring break.
People are letting their guard down, and honestly, they're letting their guard down prematurely.
She says the rising numbers have been mostly 20 to 29-year-olds, a group that appears to be unvaccinated. The health director hopes that by opening more walk-in clinics, younger people will be more likely to get the shot.
We do live in a world of convenience. So if you see a sign, sometimes you go, I got time right now. I'm going to go and I'm going to get this done. Or I've been thinking about it, but I just haven't got around to making an appointment. And now I can just go in, get my shot.
Among those getting vaccinated yesterday was a group of 20-year-olds who visited the new walk-in clinic.
Mine was easy.
Yeah.
Didn't hurt at all.
Mine was easy too. Just a little pinch. Just a little pinch.
She says it was important for her to get the vaccine so she can help protect others.
I work in the community, so I want to be able to protect, all of our participants and, their loved ones and family members.
The county health department says it is critical to get more residents vaccinated in order to combat growing COVID numbers and, in some cases, deaths. Claire Galt, WNY News Now.
Claire, thank you. Yesterday, the county reported 13 new cases of the virus and 2 additional deaths. There are now 500 people in quarantine with 192 known active cases of COVID-19 countywide. Well, today, President Joe Biden will talk about the latest information on the COVID response just days after passing his goal of delivering 200 million COVID vaccine doses in the first 100 days of his presidency. Every day, millions of people are rolling up their sleeves nationwide to get vaccinated. But as Britt Conway reports, a lot of people are also rolling back safety measures, and now more and more kids are testing positive for the virus.
More people in the United States are being vaccinated every single day at an accelerated pace.
That's the good news. The bad news:
cases and hospitalizations are increasing in some areas of the country.
But you wouldn't know it based on a recent poll from Axios Ipsos that shows people are getting more lax about public health measures. 53% said they visited family and friends in the last week, 48% went out to eat, and 63% said they wore a mask the entire time they were away from home, the lowest since July. Health experts say they get it.
Just like all of you, I want to get back to doing the things I love.
But we're not there yet. More people need to be vaccinated. Not to mention,
there are no licensed vaccines. There are no approved vaccines for children.
And now the American Academy of Pediatrics says children are making up a growing share of new COVID-19 cases, accounting for nearly 21% from April 8th through 15th, with more than 88,000 cases. Companies have been testing the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines on children, with Pfizer looking to extend its emergency use authorization to those 12 to 15 years old. And there are trials underway for kids younger than that.
Perfect.
But until then,
we need to wear masks. We need to wash our hands. We need to do these things to protect children.
Look at you, brave kid.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Britt, thank you. Well, college sports fans here in Jamestown will soon be able to return to the stands. SUNY JCC Athletics announced a limited number of fans will be able to attend outdoor events during this upcoming spring semester. Capacity will be limited to 200 people at each of it. Additionally, spectators will be required to wear those masks while in attendance and are asked to be socially distant from anybody that's outside their travel party. Furthermore, officials say those experiencing COVID symptoms or who maybe have come in contact with someone who tested positive for the virus shouldn't attend any JCC-related activities. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below, or simply send us a wave. We always love to hear from you. It's great to see Samantha. Good to see Travis, Mindy. Good to see Sean. Hopefully you're doing well, sir. We appreciate you tuning in. Great to see Joanna, Don, and Aaron as well. Hopefully you all are having a great day out there. I know this morning a lot of people woke up to the white and fluffy, as forecasted, though. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joining us now with some of those pics, Dakota, that we got, and it was pretty much a flood this morning of people waking up going, say it ain't snow.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, the snow came in almost right on schedule, and I mean, you know, it's late April, and we're talking about snow. It happens more often here than you might think. And this was the look this morning in Asheville. Cindy sending us this picture. You can see the snowfall accumulation and also some of the snow that was falling at the time she took this picture. Addison in Finley Lake took this. I like the gazebo right there. You can see the snowfall accumulation on the gazebo there and also on the trees. And here's a live look from the Chautauqua Institution. You can see the snowfall there, and there's a few little light snow showers there. 32 right now, and the radar shows you this is the last band of snow, the last widespread band of the snow, I should say. As this continues to move out to the east-northeast, this is ultimately going to taper off, but we're still going to have a chance for at least a few scattered snow showers later this afternoon. But once this band works its way out of the area, we're done out of that widespread snow for today. 38 was the high yesterday. Look at where we should be, 59. Nowhere near that. 27 is where we started the day. 87 and 17 are the record highs and lows. So through the afternoon, 32 to 38, those should be our high temperatures today. Very cold. Widespread snow ends, then just chance for a few scattered flakes later in the afternoon. An additional 1 to 3 inches. The best chance for that 3 is going to be on the highest hills with that north wind 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow is going to be another cold day. Then wouldn't you know it, by the end of the 7-day forecast, we're back into summer. I'll tell you about it with that 42 degrees and sunny 7-day later in the show.
Well, it's a day many have been waiting for, the verdict in the Derek Chauvin trial. The former Minneapolis police officer convicted on all 3 charges. Many across the country taking to the streets, celebrating his conviction, some saying that was long overdue. Daryl Forges has the latest from Minneapolis.
Unintentional second-degree murder, third-degree murder, second-degree manslaughter.
The verdict heard around the world.
Guilty, guilty, guilty.
Derek Chauvin looking on, hearing the word guilty on all 3 charges, then taken away in handcuffs. Outside the courtroom, hugs, tears, and emotions pouring out.
George Floyd! George Floyd!
Many taking to the streets to celebrate the verdict. After a summer of protests, some believe their calls for justice are finally being heard.
This is going to be the first in a future of change. I promise you that.
President Joe Biden also hailing the jury's decision.
No one should be above the law, and today's verdict sends that message.
calling George Floyd's family to share the moment.
I think a John is coming. My dad is going to change the world. He's going to start to change it now.
Say his name, George Floyd.
The Floyd family overjoyed and emotional after the verdict.
Oh man, so many emotions right now.
Philonis Floyd says justice prevailed, but there is still more work to be done.
Today has been an occasion where people can celebrate, but tomorrow it's back to business.
In Minneapolis, I'm Daryl Forges.
Daryl, thank you. An advocate for racial justice here in Jamestown says the verdict in the Floyd killing is just the start of a movement to bring equality to America. The world watched with bated breath as the verdict came into a Minnesota courtroom yesterday that former police officer Derek Chauvin was found guilty on all charges in the murder of George Floyd. Nearly 1,000 miles from Minneapolis, Reverend Shiloh Smith, the faith outreach coordinator with the Jamestown Justice Coalition, was glued to the news as the verdict came down. Smith says Floyd's death, along with others in the black community, was the catalyst that reignited the Black Lives Matter movement in Western New York and around the world.
And we're very appreciative because there is a grassroots movement that is taking place in Western New York, and it's a movement of the people by the people, and it's in every realm. There are teachers involved there. It's the political realm. It's mothers and fathers.
Now, going forward, the Reverend believes the Black Lives Matter movement will continue to enact change both nationally and here in Jamestown, saying the Jamestown Police Department has already taken strides to become more involved in the community, creating a community resource officer to help bridge the gap. Next, here, a lot more to tell you about the latest on an afternoon fire in Jamestown, and later what residents in Warren can expect during a test of the emergency weather sirens this week. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
The George Barone Jr. Scholarship Fund is hosting its first annual Rummage and Bag Sale fundraiser. An inductee in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, Barone managed, coached, and assisted in youth baseball for 64 years in and around the Jamestown area. 100% of proceeds generated will be donated, which will provide scholarships to graduating Southwestern Central School seniors who partake in athletics. Learn more by checking out the scholarship on Facebook and joining us for the fundraising event.
Honest Jones has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Every cookie sold in the Girl Scout Cookie Program helps girls learn lifelong lessons in people skills, decision making, money management, goal setting, and business ethics. It's amazing how much you can learn from a cookie. The Girl Scout Cookie Program. Think outside the box.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
2 people were taken to the hospital following a fire yesterday afternoon here in Jamestown. The Jamestown Fire Department was called to 33 Myrtle Street for a basement fire around 12:15 in the afternoon. Fire Chief Matthew Kuhn tells our crews 3 people were able to get out of that house without injury. However, 2 older residents were taken to UPMC Chautauqua Hospital for evaluation. The house has 2 apartments, an upper and a lower. The chief says the flames were contained primarily to the basement. However, crews did need to vent the entire property due to immense smoke.
They found heavy smoke conditions in the basement, which as basement fires go, they're quite difficult to locate the fire due to the fact that the smoke is rising around you. But they ultimately were successfully located the fire that was in the basement of the home. It doesn't appear that there was any extension beyond that point.
The blaze, Kuhn says, is under investigation. Well, a 15-year-old girl is dead after an officer-involved shooting in Columbus, Ohio yesterday. The police department there has released body camera video of the altercation with edits such as blurred faces and slowed motion. We warn you, the video we're about to show could be disturbing to some. Police say someone in the area called for help Tuesday afternoon, saying officers had come to that person had come to stab them. Officers then responded to find this scene unfolding. Family members identified the teenager shot in the video as Micaiah Brandt. Police say she tried to stab another girl right in front of the officer, and that's when he fired a shot to save the victim. Brandt was taken to a local hospital and later pronounced dead. Brandt had been under the care of Franklin County Child Services. The Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation is now looking into the matter. Well, in the past year of the pandemic, many people have worked from home and may have taken a break from getting dressed up or putting on the makeup. But as more Americans get vaccinated and head back to the office, a warning that makeup you had around a year ago does expire. Mandy Gaither with more on when we throw it out in today's Health Minute.
It may have been sitting around for months, that makeup you haven't touched much since the beginning of the pandemic.
Expiration dates are really important to keep in mind when it comes to makeup.
Dr. Susan Masick, a dermatologist and assistant professor in the Ohio State College of Medicine, says sometimes manufacturers will stamp on an actual date of expiration, but they may also put on a period after opening stamp.
Oftentimes there'll be a logo with an open jar and a number and an M after it, which means, for example, 6M would be 6 months after opening would be an appropriate expiration.
When it comes to shelf life, Dr. Masick says any eye makeup like mascara or liner should be replaced after 3 months. Liquid blushes, concealers, or foundations throw out after a year. Anything that's a pencil for your lips, brows, or eyelids can stay around for a year as well. Lipsticks and lip glosses are good for 1 to 2 years. Not only can expired products not work as well, but can also harbor potentially harmful germs.
The downsides to those kinds of contaminations, which are generally things like skin infections, skin irritation, certainly eye infections, conjunctivitis, styes, those things can all arise from contaminated and or expired makeup.
If you notice your makeup is drying out, don't put water or saliva on it.
That actually introduces even more bacteria that you're then going to be spreading on your face.
So if you're spring cleaning, you might want to include your makeup bag. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Mandy, thank you. Health experts say it's also important to store your makeup properly in a cool, dry place and clean brushes and sponges. Also, don't ever share your makeup with anybody because you might share some germs as well. A test of Warren County, Pennsylvania's emergency weather sirens is set to get underway tomorrow. Emergency crews in Warren say the annual test is part of preparations for the severe weather season. Now, every year, the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency conducts 2 tests to make sure everything works correctly. The siren test will be conducted tomorrow at 9 in the morning. Now, unlike conventional fire sirens, officials say the weather siren will be broadcast for a long period of time. Certainly interesting nevertheless. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now as we get a check of some local headlines this afternoon. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. I want to get to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter because this is right up your alley, I imagine, in the idea of warning people ahead of, say, a severe weather event like a tornado or maybe even a dam break or something like that. But I know we don't have those kind of sirens here in Western New York.
Thankfully. I'm going to be completely honest with you. That is World War I air raid siren technology, those sirens.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, Warren County is the only county close to us that has those sirens. And they were originally deployed in the 1950s to alert of, because, in the 1950s, that's when the fear of nukes started happening in the 50s and 60s. So they installed those warning sirens for potential nuclear attack.
Right.
And then they kind of morphed into being sounded for tornado warnings.
Do you think they're effective? I mean, it sounds like...
The problem with warning sirens is they've never been designed to reach people inside. They've been designed to reach people outdoors. And sadly, so many people think you're supposed to hear an outdoor warning siren as a way of getting a tornado warning. And in 2021, that's not working.
Right.
And so you cannot... Yes, the phones, the weather radios, we have one right here in the weather office. I mean, the weather radios, the smartphones, that's what you need to get yourself alerted. I mean, I don't want to sound negative or mean when I say this, but if you rely on an outdoor warning siren as your way of getting a tornado warning, you have no hope. Yeah. And I don't like saying that, but that's the truth. You have no hope if you think you're going to hear one at 11 o'clock at night during a raging storm.
So it's fair to say maybe that, yeah, it's good to have a siren if it's there.
They're good for people outdoors.
Yeah.
I mean, if it reaches 5 people outdoors, that's great. That's 5 people we're reaching. But you cannot rely on an outdoor warning siren. And I'm so glad in a way we don't have them in Western New York, because I can only imagine for my colleagues who work in the Erie, Pennsylvania market, kind of like what they have to deal with about people asking about, hey, I want to get another siren in my neighborhood because I can't hear the one. Well, I mean, you could have one in your backyard, and you're not going to hear it at 11 o'clock at night during a raging storm. I mean, it's not working.
Luckily, no raging storms out there today. A little bit of snow, though. I know some of the roads were wet this morning.
Yes, it was. Wet is an understatement. This is video from the storm interceptor from earlier this morning on I-86 coming into near Falconer. And yeah, the snow actually hasn't been all that heavy in some areas, but you'll see the snow falling here and also some of the snowfall accumulation as well. And this is right exactly as we told you. We told you how there was going to be some snowfall last night and this morning, and there it was. So these were the snowfall totals: 2.5 inches in Silver Creek, 2 inches Mayville, Jamestown 1.8, Cattaraugus 1.5. Also the same in Fredonia, and 1 inch on the nose in Dunkirk. So again, the totals were kind of in line, but we've still got a little bit more snow to go through here. Winter weather advisory stays in place until 2 o'clock this afternoon now for all of Western New York. Does not include Warren County or Erie County, Pennsylvania. They have been cleared out of that winter weather advisory, so it stays in place for all of Western New York until 2 o'clock. This is that last band of snow that's working on through. The western edge of it now is coming into near Mayville, across Chautauqua Lake. Then it extends into Cattaraugus County, Randolph, I-86, Little Valley, Salamanca out towards Olean. So once this clears out of here, the widespread snow is done, but the snow is not over with quite yet. We still could see a few scattered snow showers through the afternoon. This is the big old storm system with a deep cold front that has moved on through, so that's the reason it's colder. The wind direction has shifted more to the north, so that has allowed much colder air to come in. Look at this, 31 as a noon hour. Unbelievable that we should be close to near 60 degrees this time of the year. Northwest wind to 9, and we have a nasty wind chill of 23. So it's going to be a coat on kind of day. So dress like you would in December, because that's exactly what this is. So Future Scan paints you the idea of a few more of those scattered snow showers popping up. And then as we get into tonight, we may actually see a limited lake response coming in off Lake Erie that may produce a few scattered light lake effect snow showers overnight tonight. Tomorrow should be a rather nice day with a few scattered snow showers at times, but it's still going to be cold with partial sunshine. But the sun will return as we go into Friday, and temperatures are going to soar back up to around average. Well, I don't want want to say average, but milder to where they have been. So additional snowfall totals all the way through tomorrow afternoon. We may pick up an additional ½ inch to maybe upwards of 2 inches in spots. But again, it's that wet kind of snow, the same thing that we have been dealing with over the past 24 hours. 24 to 29 tonight, quite cold and breezy. Scattered snow showers, an additional 1 to 3. Here comes the future, brought to you by 42 degrees and sunny. 37 tomorrow, 58 Friday. Sun is back. Warmer air over the weekend. And look at Tuesday. Wouldn't you know it, we'll be back up to near 70 on Tuesday. We'll take a break. Be right back. First Defense Weather is sponsored by 42 Degrees and Sunny. Smokin' deals on smoking accessories. Learn more at 42degreesandsunny.com. That's 42degreesandsunny.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
lights,
vests,
please give us some room.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
When you need help,
it's our job
to help you.
To save you.
Despite the danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please.
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
Move over.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Finally here today, a new iPhone color and redesigned Imacs are coming soon. Jamestown's favorite weatherman and Apple extraordinaire Dakota Hunter with a look at Apple's new products announced just yesterday.
From a new spring-colored iPhone,
Purple joins the iPhone 12 lineup for pre-order this Friday.
To new tech.
This is AirTag. The next time the couch eats your keys, AirTag will help find them. AirTag uses the Find My network so iPhone can help you keep track of and find your things.
The AirTag is $29 or 4 for $99. Pre-orders start Friday with availability April 30th. Customers can also get AirTag accessories to attach the tech to a backpack, luggage, and more.
As you move, Precision Finding uses our U1 chip to get the precise distance to your AirTag. iPhone fuses that data with input from the camera, accelerometer, and gyroscope to give you visual, haptic, and audible feedback, guiding you right to your AirTag.
Apple also announced a new ultra-thin version of its desktop computer, the Imac. It'll come in a variety of colors.
These new components help reduce Imac's overall volume by over 50%. The result is a design that's much more compact and just 11.5 millimeters thin.
The new Imac starts at just under $1,300. Orders begin on April 30th. It'll become available in the second half of May.
Wow, pretty awesome, Dakota. I think you need to get that tag yourself because if folks don't know, you always, when you leave at the end of the day, I'd say probably at least twice a week, you come back 2 minutes later and say, I forgot my keys. You got it right there.
Right here. You see, without these keys, I cannot get into our office because it's got the key to get into our office.
As long as you're beyond the outdoor security door, you can get in the newsroom because we got a code locker thingy. But yeah, no, you need it. That's for sure. Or else I'm coming down in the morning to save you. So
yeah. So I mean, hey, I mean, you know, AirTag has been rumored for years. Apple's been working on something like this, and you know, when Apple opened up Find My to you know, all the third-party developers, it was a sign that AirTags was getting pretty close.
Yeah.
And how about that new iMac?
Oh my God, beautiful.
This is the first major redesign of iMac since 2007. The iMac has kind of stayed the same since 2007, just little minor design tweaks here and here. But this is a major overhaul, and plus it is powered by the amazingly powerful Apple Silicon M1 chip. I mean, the M1 processor Apple built for the Mac completely blows away any other chip you can get from Intel, and I would even dare say AMD. It is a stunner of a processor built on ARM technology, and Apple's currently in the process of switching the Mac line from Intel processors to their own custom silicon, which is based on ARM. And the data coming back from the current M1 Macs, it's really remarkable, and it brings back nostalgia. Jay, do you remember the old bubble?
Yeah, they were
iMacs that were colored,
like hot pink.
Yep.
Yellow,
blue, Bondi blue.
Yeah,
Bondi blue was the original.
The blue was famous.
Yep,
That was in
blue,
schools
red, strawberry
everywhere.
was the official color terms. Don't ask me how I know all the color terms.
Dakota
for
is
Imacs,
a
but-
Mac genius.
Yep.
And if you have a problem with your phone, give it to him. I know somebody who really wants one of the beautiful hot pink ones. And if she says if she went to a desk and worked more, because I'll tell my girlfriend Mackenzie, she's a laptop girl, but she's like, I really would like that hot pink. So maybe I'll have to
I mean,
shell out a little
honestly,
bit of it.
yeah, I mean, honestly, if I wasn't such a MacBook guy, I would probably go for the new iMac. I mean, it's a stunning design. Obviously, we haven't seen it in person yet,
Right.
or got the numbers back. But if anything, if the past numbers are to go by, it's going to be a stunner of a machine.
Yes,
And
for
best of
real.
all, the headphone jack is no longer in the back. It's finally on the side, so no more reaching around the back of the computer to plug your
Really?
headphones
Oh
in.
my God! Thank the Lord.
Yes. Thank you, Apple.
At least they didn't take it away completely. That's good.
Yeah, I know.
They finally did something right. Good to see Christian, Cindy, and Roseanne as well. Hopefully you're all having a good day. That's going to do it for us today. Of course, news 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. Just download it right now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Here's a live look over downtown Jimmy-Town. Enjoy the snow? Is that the right phrasing to say? I don't know.
Loathe.
Maybe. Love it? Loathe it. Yeah. Loathe the snow today, folks. We're back tomorrow. Have a great day.